The principles and only method to change destiny. 3. Can seeking blessings from deities and Buddhas improve one's destiny? Many people sincerely pray for the blessings of gods and Buddhas. Some pray for wealth, some for blessings, some for children, some for healing, some for marriage, and some even pray for longevity. Can they obtain what they seek? If they can, wouldn't their fate change for the better soon? Many people have doubts about this question. To unravel this mystery, we must understand the following 3 points. What is the correct belief in worshipping gods and Buddhas? In Hong Kong, during the annual celebrations of gods and Buddhas or festivals, many temples are crowded with people, and incense fills the air, such as the birthdays of Guanyin Bodhisattva, the 10,000 Buddhas, Lezhu, Ting Hao, Xie Chi Kung, etc. For example, worshipping Wang Tai Xin on the first day of the lunar year, and worshipping Xie Chi Kung on the third day of the lunar year. People who go to worship are constantly seeking blessings, peace, prosperity in business, recovery from illness, marriage, and even longevity. It is believed that 80% of these devoted men and women are very devout, but there are not many who truly understand the correct belief in worshipping gods and Buddhas. If you commit murder or robbery, or engage in drug trafficking, and then buy a roasted pig or a large amount of fruits and candles, and sincerely pray to the gods and Buddhas for blessings and peace, will the righteous spirits accept it? If you never do good deeds and refuse to give even a penny to the poor and sick, to prepare abundant offerings when worshipping gods, praying for prosperous business and great wealth, no matter how much you count out, will the righteous and selfless spirits accept your bribe? Or perhaps you only do a few good deeds but commit many wrongdoings or faults. Maybe you are usually selfish, never considering the well-being of the public or extending a helping hand to others in need. Maybe you constantly have wicked ideas and only seek personal gain at the expense of others. No matter how sincerely you pray for the blessings of gods and Buddhas, it will be in vain. Many devoted men and women, before the altars of gods and Buddhas, offer incense and pray for blessings, but they fail to reflect on their own actions and whether they are worthy of the gods and Buddha's blessings. The correct belief in worshipping gods and Buddhas should be based on reverence and gratitude. For example, when you worship Guanyin Bodhisattva, you should think that the Bodhisattva is very compassionate to us sentient beings, always ready to help and save us. We should respectfully and gratefully fold our hands in prayer, and also learn from the Bodhisattva's compassion in our daily lives, treating all lives and the poor and sick with the Bodhisattva heart. If you can do this consistently, even if you don't seek the blessings of Guanyin Bodhisattva, blessings will still be bestowed upon you. For example, when you worship Guan Yu is the god of loyalty, righteousness, and dispelling evil. You burn incense every day and pray for his protection for safety, peace at home, and freedom from evil. But have you expelled the evil thoughts from your heart? Do you always uphold your integrity? Do you embody the spirit of loyalty and righteousness? If you can do these things, your heart will resonate with Guan Yu, and naturally, you will receive his blessings. When you worship, feelings of reverence and gratitude will arise sincerely. The same applies to any religion. When you pray to Jesus, you should also approach with reverence and gratitude, because Jesus sacrificed himself to save humanity. Do you take Jesus as an example in your daily life by showing love and compassion towards others? Once, I took a taxi to Simshu Zui, and I noticed that the taxi driver was very selfish in choosing lanes, making turns, and overtaking other vehicles, showing no consideration for others. Moreover, his eyes were constantly fixed on the back of a woman in revealing clothing, and he made inappropriate comments. This person was selfish, only caring about his own interests, and had wicked thoughts occupying his mind every minute. There was a Lingfu, a talisman, of Guan Yu's temple hanging in his car. Think about it. Would the righteous and selfless Guan Yu bless such a person? Some say that worshipping gods and Buddhas is idolatry, but that is the shallow understanding of ignorant people. Let's put aside whether these idols possess spiritual energy. If you can use these idols as a constant reminder not to engage in selfish acts and instead assimilate the noble spirit of selflessness and salvation of all beings into your heart, and live your life with reverence and gratitude, then the act of worship becomes meaningful and transformative. B. Does worshipping deities and Buddhas equate to doing good deeds? I remember for years ago when I was asked by a family surnamed Zhao to assess the feng shui of their house. The mistress of the house incessantly complained to me about their bad luck, the failure of their small business, the illnesses afflicting their family, the rebellious behavior of their eldest son, and various other misfortunes. After patiently listening to her grievances, I earnestly advised her to perform more good deeds in order to fundamentally eliminate any past wrongdoings. To my surprise, she vehemently retorted, saying, "Are you saying I haven't done any good deeds? I worship the Bodhisattva every day, and I've been doing so for 5 or 6 years. I've spent a considerable amount of money on incense and burned paper clothes, and I've done many charitable acts. Why haven't I received any blessings?" I asked her, "In the 5 or 6 years that you've been worshipping the Bodhisattva, have you ever helped those who are poor or sick, as the Bodhisattva does?" She replied, "I don't even have money myself. How can I help others?" I said, "Since you don't have money to help others, have you ever exerted effort to assist them?" She thought for a moment and said, "No, I haven't." I continued, "Have you ever bought and consumed chickens, ducks, or fish?" She replied, "Of course. Why wouldn't I? I need to eat, don't I?" I said, "You can afford to buy and consume chickens, ducks, and fish. But have you ever bought birds or fish to release them?" She said, "No, I haven't." I asked again, "When you worship the Bodhisattva, do you chant Buddhist mantras or sutras?" She said, "I don't know how to chant." I said, "You haven't performed acts of generosity with your money. You haven't exerted effort to help others. And you haven't recited Buddhist mantras or sutras to alleviate your negative karma. So, what kind of blessings do you expect to receive?" She said, "I pray to the Bodhisattva every day. Of course, I will receive blessings from the Bodhisattva. Good deeds bring good rewards. You haven't done any good deeds. Burning incense and worshipping the Bodhisattva is not considered a good deed. It's merely seeking blessings for your own family. Regardless of how sincere you are, it doesn't count as doing good. The Bodhisattva is like a mother. Her wish is for all sentient beings to be liberated from suffering. If you can fulfill her wish by doing more good deeds for humanity, then naturally, she will bless you. But if you don't act according to her wish, merely bowing to her every day is futile. Although the Bodhisattva is compassionate, the blessings she bestows are limited. I concluded, this mistaken belief is quite common in the world. C. Is seeking blessings from deities and Buddhas effective? Seeking blessings from deities and Buddhas, whether it be for wealth, prosperity, official positions, offspring, marriage, relief from disasters, or health and longevity, can indeed be achieved. However, seeking blessings from deities and Buddhas comes with conditions. The condition is to perform a certain number of good deeds. As mentioned earlier, Mr. Yuan Liao Fan swore to perform 3,000 good deeds in front of the Buddha, seeking success in the imperial examination. Later, he swore to perform another 3,000 good deeds, seeking offspring. He successfully obtained what he sought, and he continued to perform good deeds without seeking longevity. Yet he received an extended lifespan. From this, it is clear that performing good deeds is a crucial condition. It also shows that although deities and Buddhas are compassionate, they will not bestow blessings and fortunes recklessly upon individuals. Furthermore, it is evident that deities and Buddhas will never violate the principle of planting good causes and reaping good results in the law of karma. Therefore, no matter how it is phrased, planting good causes and reaping good results, planting evil causes and reaping evil results, remains an eternal and unchanging truth. Here, let me share a true story. Last autumn, I visited a Taoist temple to observe a Fuji session. At that time, a woman named Ogu was devoutly praying and seeking blessings from Master Lu. Master Lu wrote a 5-character poem for her, urging her to immediately swear to perform great acts of kindness. Besides this explicit instruction, there were no other apparent indications. This sparked discussions among the people present. The consensus was that something calamitous might befall Ah Gu, so most people suggested that she quickly make merit in front of the shrine to ward off the disaster. Making merit refers to making vows in front of the deity, seeking their assistance in averting misfortune, and promising to express gratitude in the future by offering abundant sacrifices. Ah Gu was a regular worshipper and was quick to react. She immediately knelt in front of the deity to make merit. After completing the act, she sat on the side, feeling reassured. Like everyone else present, she believed that by making merit, she no longer had to worry, as Master Lu would take care of any disasters for her. However, I sensed that her situation was not that simple. Unable to hold back, I approached her and said, "Master Lu asked you to swear to perform great acts of kindness for a reason. If you merely make merit, it may not be sufficient because making merit is not the same as performing good deeds." My words made her visibly unhappy, and she glared at me, saying, "What do you young people understand? Making merit is not effective. Then what is effective?" I understood that most people prefer to hear flattering words, and by pouring cold water on her, I certainly did not make her happy. So, I calmly replied, "Releasing living beings is the best way to perform good deeds. Can you release several lives in front of the deity? If you can do that, the effect will undoubtedly be much better than merely making merit." Since my words did not receive support from the others present, Ah Gu ignored them as well. Naturally, she did not take my suggestion. Over 20 days passed, and I had already forgotten about the incident. One morning, I went to the temple again to observe the Fuji session, and I heard the news that Ah Gu suddenly fell seriously ill and passed away despite emergency treatment in the hospital. The news came so swiftly, and no one had anticipated it. The people in the temple once again started discussing. She passed away so early. She was only 50 years old, and a few days ago, she was still full of life. She had already made merit in front of Master Lu before. Why didn't it work? I heard someone told her to release living beings at that time, but she was unhappy about it. I sighed. People who worship deities and Buddhas are often called superstitious by others, and those who call them superstitious naturally do not understand the concept of true faith. Even most worshippers themselves do not understand the concept of true faith, or the truth of the cycle of karma and its consequences. It's no wonder bodhisattvas consider worldly beings to be pitiful.